I honestly didn't think I'd be sitting here and typing this. It's been almost 4 years since I updated my last story on the Backyardigans episode I saw. Even still to this day, I'm not sure if the episode I saw was even real, as whatever I could try and show people that I saw by going to the website and I saw the episode on, as well as the episode itself, it never existed. Some people, such as my friends, would say that I'm either crazy or just out of my mind. I never listened to them though, as I know for a fact that I saw that episode. One day I decided to try and email the guy who works over at Nickelodeon. I did some digging on Google and came across a guy named Brian Smith. Supposedly he's the animator at Nickelodeon Studios, and one of the people who worked on the shows The Backyardigans. According to the Backyardigans wiki, he, along with a few other people, animated every single episode of the show, including episodes that probably didn't get to air. Right next to his name was an email address, which I immediately copied and pasted into my Gmail. I didn't hesitate to start typing all my questions. Here's what I said. Hi, Mr. Smith. I hate to be a bother, but a few years ago, I came across a very strange episode of the show The Backyardigans on a website. I believe it was titled Austin's Big Secret. Earlier today, I wanted to see if the episode was on the website, but due to my surprise, it wasn't. Now I'm starting to question whether or not the episode even existed, or if the episode was just part of my imagination. Again, I really hate to be a bother. I just wanted to know if I was going insane or not. Thanks. And with that, I sent it. I wasn't really expecting a response, to be honest. I'm pretty sure he was way too busy working on other animated shows to even check his inbox. The next day, I checked my email to see if he responded. Unfortunately, he didn't. I wasn't really surprised, as I know the staff over at Nickelodeon Studios is pretty much busy 24/7. A few more days ago and still no response. I was honestly going to delete the email, thinking that he would never reply, but completely out of the blue while I was at work, he responded. Now I didn't read his response at work. I wanted to read it privately, so I waited till I got home. Immediately after getting home, I pulled out my computer and went straight to the email. As I opened the email, not only there was a long paragraph, but also provided me a link of some sort. I decided to read what he said before checking the link. This is what he responded. Hello, Mr. West. I am glad you reached out to me. First things first. No, you aren't going insane. I know exactly what episode you're talking about, and yes, it does exist. In fact, I was the person who put it on that website. You see, I, as well as a few staff members, were thinking of making a more mature version of the Backyardigans. A version where there's more of an adult audience. A version where it would include the LGBTQ community. But sadly, we were only able to make 2 episodes that never got to air. You clearly already know about the first episode, but you definitely don't know about the second one. The link that I posted below is where you can download the episode. I know that you're probably wondering, what's that even episode called? Well, it's actually part 2 of Austin's Big Secret. Why am I sending this to you, you may be asking? Well, I figured after seeing the first part, you might have wanted to see what happens next. So, my apologies for the extremely late reply. I didn't want any of my fellow staff members to know the email you sent me. If anything, they would probably have notified our boss, which will probably cost me my job. But back to the point. If you're wondering about what happened after the events of the first part, I suggest you watch the second part. Also, the link automatically sends you the video file for the episode, so you don't have to worry about it waiting to download. I hope you all had a good rest of your day. Sincerely, Brian Smith. After that, reading that long response, I clicked on the link, which took me to the thumbnail for the episode. The thumbnail itself was quite interesting. It showed a picture of Austin, laying in his bed fast asleep, with a tall lump across his covers directly where his, area is. After about a minute of just looking at the thumbnail, I finally pressed play on the episode. Just like part 1, the episode started off with the normal intro, except the characters sounded like a bit older. After the intro, the episode then cut to the title screen, which read, Austin's Big Secret Part 2. The episode itself started off with the front view of Austin's home at night. After for a few seconds, the screen then began to zoom in what it seems to be Austin's bedroom window. The screen then went to show Austin fast asleep on his bed, with the same lump under his blanket just like the thumbnail. It then began to show what seemed to be the dream sequence. In Austin's dream, he and Pablo were roughly kissing each other in some sort of bedroom. Pablo was laying on top of Austin, pretty much pinning him to the bed. As they continued to kiss, the dream quickly ends with Austin's mom knocking at his door as Austin jumps up from his sleep, all of a sudden morning time. Austin, not knowing that his mom said, "What did you say, Mom?" "I said breakfast is ready, sweetie. Don't worry, your father's at work, so don't be afraid to come downstairs," she said. "Okay," he responded, before getting up off the bed and putting on his slippers. The scene then transitions to show the kitchen, with Austin's mom pouring her and Austin a glass of orange juice. Austin made his way to the table. He walks by his mom, giving her a kiss on the cheek. "Morning, Mom," he says. "Morning, sweetie. There's pancakes and eggs on the table," she said, pointing at the table. Austin smiles and, taking his seat, immediately chowing down. "Slow down, Austin. You wouldn't want to choke," Miss Kangaroo said, setting the orange juice on the table. Austin stops for a bit, swallowing the pancakes that were already in his mouth. "Sorry, Mom. For some reason I have a huge appetite this morning." Austin laughs. Miss Kangaroo just smiled, just sitting down right directly from Austin as they both continued to eat their food. Then they heard a knock on the door. "Huh? Who could be knocking at the door this early in the morning?" Miss Kangaroo asked. "I don't know, but I'll get it," Austin said, making his way to the front door. As he opened the door, he was shocked to see his blue penguin friend Pablo. "Oh, hi, Pablo. What are you doing here?" Austin asked. "Well, it's been about 3 months since we last saw each other, and I wanted to see how you were doing," Pablo said. Austin couldn't help but feel butterflies in his stomach. He immediately started thinking about the dream he had earlier. Austin, are you okay?" Pablo asked, waving his flipper across Austin's face. "Oh, yeah. I was thinking about something. What did you say?" "I said I came here to see how you were doing. It's been 3 months since we last seen each other," Pablo repeated. "Well, I'm doing okay. I'm still grounded from that incident that happened." Austin frowned. "Wait, what? You're still grounded because of that? That happened months ago. Why are your parents still upset all of that?" Pablo asked, clearly confused. "My mom isn't upset anymore. If anything, she never was. My father was the reason why I was still grounded, because he says that it's still a sin to a boy." Austin stopped mid-sentence. "Sin to like what?" Pablo asked. "Never mind. Mom and I are having breakfast right now. Could I ask her if I could come outside and play when I'm done?" Austin said with a smile. "Sounds good. I'll get Tyrone, Tasha, and Uniqua know you're coming outside." As Pablo left Austin's front doorstep, Austin closed the door, walking back to the kitchen. "Who was that, sweetie?" Austin's mom asked. "Oh, it's just Pablo. He wanted to know if I could go outside. Can I?" "Sure, but finish your breakfast first." Austin nodded, sitting back down and before finishing up the rest of his pancakes and eggs. After finishing both the food and orange juice, Austin makes his way upstairs to brush his teeth and get dressed. After doing so, he makes his way downstairs and out the front door. He goes through an open fence that leads to his friend's backyard. Sitting on Pablo's porch was waiting for him to come outside. He waited for about 5 minutes before Pablo finally came outside. "Hey, Austin, glad to see you outside again," Pablo smiled. "Yeah, I kind of miss hanging out with you guys. It was so boring having to sit in my room for 3 months," Austin chuckled. "No offense, but your dad is a jerk for keeping you grounded that long," Pablo said. "None taken. He tried to convince my mom to keep me grounded for a whole year, but she told him that he was going too far. Sadly, he did manage to get her to take my laptop away though. She still only let me use it for schoolwork, but since it's summer vacation, I won't be using it anytime soon." Pablo and Austin continued to conversate until they heard their names being called. "Huh? Who's calling us?" Pablo asked. Both Austin and Pablo looked around until they finally noticed Tyrone waving to them through his bedroom window. "Oh, it's Tyrone," Austin said, as he and Pablo waved back at Tyrone. "Hold on, Tasha and I will be out in a sec, Tyrone yelled, closing his curtains to his window. Wait, he did say Tasha and I? What's Tasha doing in his house this early in the morning? Austin asked. Well, did you forget that they're dating? She probably slept over. I can guarantee you they kissed all night long, Pablo laughed. Yeah, I wish we could do that, Austin mumbled under his breath. What? Pablo asked. Nothing. Pablo looked a bit confused. He stayed quiet and stayed the question until he heard Tyrone and Tasha heading outside. Hey guys, Tyrone yelled. Hey Tyrone, it's nice to see you and Tasha too. Austin smiled. It's nice to see you again too. We've missed having you outside with us, Tasha said. Yeah, I agree. We've missed you all, especially Uniqua, Tyrone said. Speaking of Uniqua, where is she? Austin asked. Oh, she's at her cousin's house. She said that there's a birthday party happening there, and she'll be back tomorrow though, Tasha said. Austin and his friends continued to catch up on things that Austin missed while he was grounded. It was then that Tyrone mentioned the sleepover party that he wanted to do for his birthday that recently passed, but because Austin wasn't there, he decided to cancel it because it didn't feel like right having all of them there. Wait, a sleepover? That's it, Austin said. It sounded excitedly. What do you mean? Tyrone asked. I mean, what if we have a sleepover tonight? It's summer vacation, plus I'm not grounded anymore. But what about Uniqua? She isn't here, Pablo asked. That's true, but we could still call her on video chat. Who has a laptop we can use? Austin said. I do. I recently got it for my birthday, Tyrone said. Great, now we have to all do is ask your parents. Within a few seconds, the four of them ran into their separate houses. Austin's mom was cleaning up the dishes when she heard her son running through the front door. Austin, is that you, honey? She yelled. Yeah, it's me. I actually have a question, Austin said. Okay, what is it? Can my friends have a sleepover tonight? He asked. She stayed silent for a moment, but put a smile on her face. Sure, is your room clean? She asked. Yep. Okay, good. Did you see that it was okay with their parents as well? She also asked. Not yet. Let me go see, Austin said, making his way back outside. After a few minutes of waiting, his friends came back outside with smiles on their faces. Good news! My parents said that I can go to the sleepover, Pablo said in excitement. Mine did too, Tyrone said. So did mine, Tasha said. Great! My mom said yes too, Austin said. Perfect! I'll start grabbing my backpack when it's time to go inside, Tasha said. Sounds good. The screen then transitioned to show Austin and his friends playing in their backyard for the rest of the day. Eventually it was time for Austin and his friends to go inside Austin's house for the sleepover. Pablo and Tyrone and Tasha all each had their backpacks with them, containing various things needed for the sleepover, like extra pillows, blankets, toothbrushes, etc. The screen transitioned to show Austin and his friends entering the house and heading inside Austin's bedroom. They all unpacked their stuff and making sure that their stuff is ready for bedtime. That's when the screen showed the text that read, 1 hour later, showing Austin, Pablo, Tasha, and Tyrone watching TV. Ugh, I'm bored. Do you guys want to play a game? Austin asked. Yeah, I've actually had a good idea for one, Tasha said. Really? What is it? Austin asked. It's called Secrets. Each of us has to tell us secrets and no one knows. I'm not so sure about that. Come on, that sounds like fun, Tyrone interrupted. Yeah, can't wait to hear what secrets you guys have, Pablo chuckled. Okay, who's going first? Tasha asked. I will, Tyrone said. He thought for a moment before he finally saying, in 3rd grade, I had a crush on our teacher. Tasha gasped, looking at Tyrone with a disgusted face. Are you serious? Calm down, you're way hotter than she is. I honestly didn't know what I was thinking, Tyrone said. Tasha rolled her eyes, folding her arms as she turned over to Pablo. Your turn, Pablo, she says. Well, I once had a crush on Uniqua, Pablo said. Austin, Tasha, and Tyrone looked at Pablo in shock. Really? Tyrone asked in excitement. Calm down, Tyrone. I don't have a crush on her anymore. I have a crush on someone else, Pablo muttered. Who is it? Tasha asked. I'm not sure I want to say it. I'm embarrassed of it, Pablo said, looking down at his feet. Well, don't worry, Pablo. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, Tyrone said, placing his hand on Pablo's back. Thanks, Tyrone. No problem, Tyrone said, looking towards Tasha. Look, it's your turn now, Tasha, he said. She smiled, thinking to herself before finally speaking. Well, when we were in 5th grade, Tyrone and I kissed in the boys' bathroom, she said. Tyrone's eyes went wide, not expecting Tasha to say that. Wait. You went into the boys' bathroom? Pablo asked. Yep, Tyrone snuck me inside and we didn't even get caught, Tasha said. Tyrone and Pablo both laughed along with her, until their face began to turn to Austin. All right, Austin, it's time for you to tell us your secret, Tasha said. Austin froze, not knowing what to do. I don't have one, he stuttered. Oh, come on, everyone at least has one secret, Tyrone said. I don't really want... Austin is quickly interrupted by a knock on his bedroom door, which turned to his bedroom. Hey kids, just letting you know that dinner is almost ready. I also just realized that we have 2 sleeping bags, meaning that one of you is going to have to share the bed with Austin, if that's okay with you, she says, looking at Austin. Oh, that's fine, Austin said with a smile. Great. I can call you guys down when dinner's ready, okay? She said. Austin nodded, watching his mom close the door. Well, looks like someone's going to have to sleep on the bed with me, Austin said. I'll do it. I really don't mind, Pablo said. Oh, perfect, Austin stuttered again. Austin, are you okay? You've been acting kind of weird ever since we started playing this secrets game, Tasha said. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired, Pablo smiled. After about 15 minutes, Austin's mom calls Austin and his friends downstairs for dinner. They all race downstairs to the kitchen where they were eating chicken with mac and cheese. After they finished up their plates, they headed back upstairs to the bedroom, where Austin's mom tells them that it was time for bed. Tyrone and Tasha begin getting into sleeping bags that Austin's mom gave them, while Pablo makes himself comfortable next to Austin on the bed. Good night, you guys, Austin said to his friends. Good night, both Tyrone and Tasha say. It took a couple of minutes for Tyrone and Tasha to fall asleep. The scene then transitions to show Austin and Pablo still laying wide awake in bed. Ugh, I can't sleep, Austin groaned. Neither can I, Pablo says. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we try to make each other warm, then maybe we'll fall asleep, Austin says. Okay, hopefully this works, Pablo says, scooting over closer to Austin. Austin does the same thing, scooting closer and closer to Pablo until their faces were inches away from each other. They both gazed into each other's eyes, watching each other blink continuously. Austin then looked at Pablo's lips, and they looked kissable, and Pablo thought of the same with Austin's lips. Their emotions overcame them, and they slowly leaned in and kissed. It felt like fireworks sending sparks through their bodies. Before they broke the kiss, they all looked at each other. Sorry, Austin whispers. Austin and Pablo giggled, and Pablo said, Want to do it again? Austin nodded, and then they leaned in and kissed again. This time it was a small goodbye kiss, but it was passionate, loving kiss. Pablo raised his slipper and cupped Austin's cheek. As Austin did the same, they soon broke the kiss, and Pablo said, How was I? Amazing, Austin responded. What about me? Perfect, Pablo replied with a smile. Austin smirked and leaned in, this time kissing Pablo on the forehead, and said, Pablo, I've had the biggest crush on you the second I met you. I had the second biggest crush on you too, Austin. It's kind of what my other secret is, Pablo said. Actually, that's what my secret is too, that I have a crush on you, Austin smiled. Ever since the day we met, I knew I was in love, but I knew I was too afraid to tell anyone, Pablo said. Wait, I thought you said you had a crush on Uniqua. That was a fake secret. I didn't want Tyrone and Tasha to know who I really had a crush on, Pablo chuckled. They both looked at each other, leaning in for another kiss, this time a bit longer. Pablo, I love you, Austin whispered. I love you too, Austin. I've always loved you. Everything about you, Pablo responded. Pablo, would you be my boyfriend? Friend? Austin asked, a bit nervous. Of course I will, Pablo responded, giving Austin another kiss, this time on the cheek. Shall we tell the others about it? Pablo asked. I don't know. What if they make fun of us? I don't think they will. They're our friends. I mean, Tyrone and Tasha told us that we're dating. We accepted that, didn't we? Pablo said. But this is different. We're both boys, Austin said. That doesn't matter. I'm sure they're going to accept us for who we are. Austin just nodded, agreeing with what Pablo suggested. Fine, we'll tell them tomorrow, but for now on, let's just get some sleep, Austin said, slowly closing his eyes. Pablo did the same, making sure to be as close to Austin as possible to keep warm. The screen then transitions to show the next day, zooming into Austin's bedroom window. Tyrone was the first one to be woke up. Then it was Tasha, Pablo, then Austin. They all decided to watch TV a bit, before going downstairs to make themselves a bowl of cereal. After doing so, they went upstairs to take showers and got dressed, before making their way outside. Tyrone and Tasha got to their separate houses, leaving Austin and Pablo alone. Okay, I think it's time we tell them, Pablo said. Are you sure? I'm kinda nervous, Austin said. I'm sure we shouldn't keep something like this from them. I don't want our relationship to be a secret, Pablo said, caressing the side of Austin's face. Well, you're right, Austin smiled. They waited for a few moments, before Tasha and Tyrone make it back outside. They all made their way to the picnic bench in front of Uniqua's house, then sat down. So, Austin and I actually have something to tell you guys, Pablo started. Tyrone and Tasha looked a bit curious. Really? What is it? Tyrone asked. As Pablo was getting ready to tell, they heard a voice in the distance. They all turned around to see Uniqua walking out of her front door. Oh hey Uniqua, you're back, Tasha said in excitement. Yep, I just made it home from my cousin's house. So, what are you all guys doing? She asked. Pablo and Austin were just about to tell us something, Tyrone said. Oh, what is it? Uniqua asked. Well, you know that you're all here. Austin and I decided it's best that you guys know, Pablo continued. Knew what? Tasha asked. They both took a deep breath before saying, Austin and I are dating, Pablo said. They all looked at each other with shocked looks and expressions on their faces, but soon put a smile on their faces. Really? I'm so happy for you guys, Uniqua said. Really? Austin asked. Of course, as long as you're happy, we're happy, Tyrone said. Yeah, you guys are such a good couple, Tasha smiled. Thanks, guys. We thought we'd do the same. You'd shame us since we're both the same gender, Austin said. That doesn't matter. You guys are our friends, and we don't care who you date. The only thing that matters is that you're happy, Uniqua said. Thanks, Uniqua, Pablo said. Of course, Uniqua responded, as they all went in for a group hug. How about we celebrate Pablo and Austin's relationship with some chocolate chip cookies and milk, Tyrone said. They all agreed and followed Tyrone to his house, and after that, the screen faded to black and the episode ended. Wow, this episode was kind of interesting. As for someone who is a member of the LGBTQ community, I have been going through some keeping secrets like this. I closed my eyes and closed out the episode tab on my computer, which automatically deleted the episode from the downloads. I was a bit confused, but I didn't care. I don't plan on watching the episode again. I was thinking of emailing Mr. Smith back, thanking him for sending the episode, but I remembered that he might lose his job if they found out he sent it to me, so I decided not to. I so badly wanted to send it to my friends the episode, proving to them that I wasn't going insane. Too bad the episode was already deleted itself before I ever got the chance to. Even then though, I did manage to show my episode to my friends. They'll probably assume that I made it and say that I'm a liar, but I don't care. I know for a fact that those episodes are in fact real, and no, I'm not out of my mind. And that, my little pretties, was Austin's Big Secret Part 2. A Backyardigans Lost Episode creepypasta written by the BC Network. My final thoughts on the story? I really enjoyed the first part of Austin's Big Secret, and since this is part 2 of it, I actually really found it to be enjoyable. It's a really good, well-made creepypasta. It's definitely worth to read. I honestly really liked how the second part went out. Basically, this isn't like your typical spooky episode or anything like that. This episode actually, teaches about, the LGBT community in a sense. Because I'm definitely saying that now. If you remember watching, the Backyardigans, I mean, if they were to do this episode, they would probably most likely, maybe, it probably won't be aired because of that. But yet again, I mean, TV has done LGBTQ community stuff, such as they end up shipping, some certain people. Like, take Luna Loud, for example. Luna Loud's bisexual, even though she's dating Sam. I mean, some people thought she was a lesbian. Well, it says on the wiki that she is bisexual. It's just like Korra from The Legend of the Korra. Because, yeah, Korra is bisexual too, because she dates Asami, who is another character in there. But what does this have to do with the episode? Well, it just provides a good example about, the LGBTQ community. Now, it's unfortunate that there are a lot of people that are not really respectful to the LGBTQ community. I don't understand why that's the case, but that happens to be the case with some people. But I would have to say, this story honestly provides a really good episode detail. Like, I mean, the first part of Austin's Big Secret was messed up of what happened with Austin and his dad. This one, it honestly shows, that Austin and Pablo have feelings for each other. I honestly found this one to be more of a feels pasta, but it's still a really good, enjoyable story. To be completely honest, I really found this story to be enjoyable. It's definitely worth to read. Now, yeah, the grammar was pretty good as well as the sentence structuring, but there are parts of the story that kind of need to be worked on. Like, I mean, there were parts of the story that was a bit hard to read. Mainly because some of the grammatical errors were there, as well as a few sentence structuring errors. But besides that, I didn't think this was a bad story at all. I thought it was really neat for what this story really is. That's just my opinion, though. But I have to say, BC Network, this is actually a good part, good second part to the first part of Austin's Big Secret. I really do think this is enjoyable, and I recommend sending this to Shadow Reader. I bet Shadow Reader would really like to narrate it. I'm sure he'll really like to narrate it if you, do decide to send this to him, because I have a feeling he might like it. He'll like it, because we all know he ships, Austin and Pablo. It's not that I have a problem with it. I don't. Like, I mean, I don't have a problem with people shipping people same genders, and, I'm respectful to the LGBT community, and I support people's decisions for who they are. Now, this story, I have to say it's good. I really do find this story to be enjoyable. It's really well made. There's definitely a lot of time and effort into it. The grammatical errors and the sentence structuring could be fixed up, but other than that, I didn't find this story to be terrible, actually. It's a great story. More of a feels pasta, but I still find it very enjoyable nevertheless. I do still find this to be enjoyable, to be completely fair. So, I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and say this now. This is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regarding these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be I'm gonna definitely give this one a 9 out of 10. A 9 because there were some grammatical errors and some sentence structuring errors, and yeah, there was parts of it that was kind of hard to read, but other than that, it's still a pretty good story for what this story portrayed, the LGBTQ community way. Now, I know other shows did something like this, but this one honestly did pretty good for what this is. So, anyways, with that being said, with that being the case, what did you guys think about this story? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what I've done personally to help make this story a lot better, feel free to leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.